Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Rick.
And I'm Dad.
And this is a really old Yamaha Moto 4 that she is going to fix. If you want to see that, stick around. Alright guys, so if you're new to the channel, this isn't the first time, this is not the first video that we've done on this Moto 4. It's actually the second one. We actually have a list going right now. We're waiting for parts, so we couldn't finish what we were doing earlier, and that was
the front spindles.
So in the last video, we figured out what was going on with the front spindles. The spacers were a little bit loose, parts were on order. We started doing an oil change. Actually, an oil filter's on order, believe it or not. Unlike the Big Bear, where all the parts were in stock. But that's a different topic. So here's a little bit of a list that we have going on right now. Today, the challenge is going to be pulling off all the plastics and removing all of these carrier racks so that we can kind of rejuvenate them, make them look a little bit better. And ultimately, what you didn't mention in there, probably because you didn't know, but we're going to gain access to this carb. That's what hopefully by the end of this video, she will have in her hands. So let's get started. Alright, so as you can tell guys, the plastics on here are pretty banged up. They've been repaired over the years. I went ahead and we gave the hardware a little bit of a spray just to kind of help it along. So go ahead and see if it's going to help it out here. Ooh, we got one.
No, we didn't.
We didn't get one? Did it come loose?
Yes.
Awesome. That's one of probably like
go
6. It's stuck inside the socket. Look inside.
No.
Probably stuck in there. There it is.
Shoot.
So we'll take it out, and then we're going to remove all the rest of the fasteners. So unfortunately we got a little bit of rusty hardware. You didn't win that battle, but that's okay. Nice. Oh, you got it. I thought you didn't have it. Good job.
Thanks.
I apologize. You're doing really good.
One heavy.
Alright, there's one carrier rack. Nice. With the winch too, which we're just going to scrap because I don't think that winch works anymore.
Probably not.
There you go. So we got somewhat a good access to the front. Now we get to tackle the back. You gotta hold the bottom now. There you go. That's one. And another one over here. Aha! That's what it looks like underneath there. Nice.
You forgot a cord.
Oh, okay. What is it?
I don't know too.
Oh, that's for the rear tail.
Oh,
okay.
You yank it.
Just yank it out.
Actually?
Yep. Because that thing there, I don't think we're going to use it.
Ow.
There you go. One more carrier rack to be cleaned up and painted, I guess. Look like underneath here. Got a whole pile of wires. No, I think it's because they had the battery set up in that back box, whatever. So we're gonna have to clean that up when we take off the fenders, which we're probably close to needing there, right? Just another 17 fasteners. Yes. Look at that. What do we have here? Well,
Piece of garbage, that's what I said.
lots of goodness. Well, it's going to make it a lot easier to clean up this wire anyways, that's for sure. Make sure all of our other connections are good here. What's this, honey? Do you know what that is?
No, I was just about to ask you.
Oh, can you take a guess? So it goes into the wire harness.
Wait, is it the carburetor?
No, the carburetor has to do with fuel. The carburetor
Oh, sorry.
is over here. That little guy. You know what that is? Take a guess.
I don't know what I'm making.
It's What it is, it's a rectifier.
Yeah.
So what it does, so the engine down here on this side produces AC power,
Yeah.
and then that rectifies it and regulates it to 12 volts. So if it, well, in and around 12 volts. It usually cuts it off at 15 to 16, but yeah, that's what that is. So anyways, all we have to do now is do the front fenders because they're loose, but the problem is we have to remove the handlebars for that, and that's going to be a lot of fun. What can we cross off?
Air and tires.
Oh yeah, that's right. While I was waiting for her to snap off about 98% of the hardware, I aired up the tires. Look, and we're going to see if they hold air by tomorrow. So anyways, let's keep moving on with the fender here. Front plastics are off. That was a bit of an ordeal because we had to take the handlebars off and a whole bunch of other things. So what do you think our next step should be?
We need to clean it. It's dirty.
Yeah, I think you're probably right there. It is super dirty. So why don't we wheel it out, give it a good wash with the pressure washer. We might have a problem though. We only have 3 wheels.
We'll make it up. We'll be okay.
You're okay. Well, we'll see how about that. And I did put the cap on the engine, by the way, because it's been dripping for a day or so now overnight. And so we got to remember we don't have any oil in that engine. We should make a note on that. But yeah, cool. One thing though. What about the handlebars?
We'll just start from here. It'll be fine. We'll be good.
You think so? Go ahead, try it.
We might need to put those back on.
You got to put them back on, and I'm sure you're super happy about that.
Oh, no. We just took them off. I don't want to put them back on.
Well, we kind of have to. So let's put those back on so we can actually make it out the door. All right, nice and tight. Awesome.
When we have to take this off.
Well, we probably will have to because once we have it all clean, we'll take it off so we can gain access to the carburetor. Probably make it a lot easier, and maybe even the valve clearance at the same time.
Hey, only another 10 bolts. I'm looking around and I don't see any bolts. So does this gas tank only hold on by this clip? That's all I see.
We talk about clip.
Like this thing right here.
I don't know. What do you think?
If it is, I swear, I worked so hard. I had to take off like 10 bolts for each piece of plastic, and this thing is just holding on by one clip?
Maybe. Look, well, actually look underneath on each side.
Oh, okay. There's one
So
there.
there's one on each side, so yes, it is only 3 pieces of hardware, but yeah, that's a valid point because you're absolutely right. It takes like an insane amount of hardware to hold the plastic and literally a little rubber band at the back to hold the gas tank. That's kind of crazy.
Kinda. Oh, we're going the wrong way.
So, not too bad with 3 wheels or what?
Just taking Bessie for a walk. Yeah, see, I told you that
So-
it would work. Oh, whoops.
So is that what we're calling it? We're calling it Project Bessie?
Yeah, sure. Come on, Bessie. Hey, this is fun. Get over here.
What?
Oh, no, don't go that way. Bessie!
You need a hand?
I'm good, I got this.
You sure? I think that's far enough. We can just set up the pressure washer right over here.
It's time to bring Betsy back in.
Well, I think so. She looks much cleaner now. So let's wheel her in and we'll get her up in the air so that we can maybe get started on that carburetor.
Is this tighter or looser?
Are you sure? You said this last video. Remember?
I know, but you're the one who set this thing up. It's
Okay,
not
but
me.
I'm not taking off the fuel tank.
Neither am I.
So what is it?
Oh, now you're gonna let me say it.
Well, yeah. You said it last video. It's not like it's a spoiler alert.
Righty tighty, lefty loosey.
That's right.
That simple, guys.
Yep. That simple. Oh, wait, you're missing something.
What? This?
Well, yeah. It's attached to the carburetor. That's going to have a little bit of gas coming out of it.
Right now?
Right here, from the hose, right there.
Oh.
Yeah, if you get your shoulder out of the way. Might want to put a rag underneath it, and then you're going to just pull it right off from there.
I gotta pull this?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, there you go.
And pull.
Yeah,
Which one? This one or
Yeah,
this
the
one?
big one. The big one, right there. You got it.
Ew.
Beautiful. Not too much came out. That's good. Probably because we ran it dry
Oh,
last time.
oh,
Oh, there
oh,
it is. Well, put the
pee.
rag. Put the rag.
Peeing.
It's gas. It's not pee.
It's this thing's pee. Ew, that's crusty.
Underneath the tank? Yeah, that's got to be pretty nasty.
Hurry up, take it back outside. This is not washed.
Oh boy. Yeah. Okay. I guess we're washing this by hand, unfortunately, because I'm not
doing that.
I'm not taking it back outside just yet. Maybe
That's
when we're
so
it is pretty
crusty.
it is pretty nasty. Maybe when we're done taking the carb off, which is what we're gonna do right now.
Do. To the left, to the left. No, they didn't.
You didn't what?
Use two different sizes.
Oh, did you think you were?
I thought. Couldn't get it on right.
That's a
Can't get
tight spot there.
I can't get it loose.
You got it.
No, I didn't. That was me just trying to pull out the wrench. Fingers in here.
You got it. Almost there.
Oh,
And you dropped it. Okay.
Nobody needs to know that. I don't tell you this stuff.
What stuff?
I figure it out how to place how to place the camera, okay? So don't yell at me, mister.
Well, every time I try and press record, I can't see anything. I have to go around your shoulder, around your hand.
That sounds like a you problem.
Or maybe I'm just not good behind the camera.
You're just not skilled enough, bro.
Alright.
Oh, shoot. I'm not even started.
Okay, who's not skilled now? Huh? Okay, that's loose enough. It doesn't have to come all the way off. It doesn't have to come all the way off.
Okay!
Now you have to remove this though. Where are you going? You gotta
Try to put the screwdriver back.
You gotta pull this up. Like just remove the, yeah, there you go. And that
Ooh.
gets on, that's called a knurled nut. You just undo it with your hand. Not the, no, the big one. Right here.
Oh, whoops. How do people do this with their hands? There's no room! Ow.
Come on.
You think I can get my fat fingers in there?
You got smaller fingers than me. Like, come on, look. See? You can do this.
No, I can't. It's on really tight.
Oh my lord. Alright, hold on. I got it. I'll crack it free.
Shut up. You made it look so easy. See, guys, one-handed.
It's just a matter of placing your fingers the right way. So that is the plunger. Now, what you're holding there is also called a needle.
It looks
So-
like one, too.
Yeah, ironically enough, right? So if we can find maybe a plastic bag or something, we're just going to wrap that because we want to keep that clean, especially around this
whoops.
nastiness here because it's going to stay right where it is. For now, you can maybe just hang it over the handlebar, right over there. Something like that. Perfect.
Oh, don't move, darling. Don't move. Betsy's
Perfect.
inside.
Now, you should be able to remove, you pull this back.
Okay, you pull it like that. I know how to do it, okay?
Well, if you know how to do it, I will
It's
let
still
you do it.
connected to stuff, okay?
Yeah, so there's only, move your head.
Yo!
That is the choke. So we're gonna have to go get a wrench, which I think is a 14, and they're just gonna, you know, remove the choke from there. Yeah, you can take that line off the bottom.
Oh.
Or just pull it out like that. That's fine. Still need a wrench though. There you go.
This one was pretty easy to break, honestly.
That's good.
Okay, stop.
There's going to be another smaller plunger in there.
Oh, what a shocker. Oh, sorry. I thought you meant like another smaller nut.
No, you'll see.
Oh, look at this cute thing.
Yeah, look at that. That's your, it's called an enrichener. People call it a choke, but believe it or not, it's an enrichener. So a choke would block the air in the front of the carburetor, causing more vacuum, and it sucks the fuel through more.
Okay.
This is a separate passage altogether, so it just dumps fuel through the carburetor throat. So it's an enrichener. Now we're going to go get a little pan so we can take it apart and see what's inside, clean it all up.
All right.
Okay, now let's open it up. We're going to take the 4 screws out of the bottom. So underneath there you're going to find a float and a needle assembly.
I can't take it off.
Oh, you can. So here's a little trick before you go too far. You hold the bottom of the carburetor and you can use the edge of the screwdriver. It's not a hard rubber, so you just kind of loosen it off, and now it should come loose. Beautiful. So this is the bowl. They call this a bowl. So the easiest way to look at a carburetor is like a toilet. You know how a toilet works? So when you flush, it has to refill.
Yeah.
So this is the same idea. So this would hold the gas, which in a toilet would be your water, and it would come in through this section right here, which is your flow. So that's your fuel, and you have to stop it when it gets full. So the float rises. You gotta remember it sits like this, right?
Yeah.
So as the float rises, it turns off the fuel or the water in the toilet. So it turns it off and it stops from overfilling. And when it needs more, it opens up and it just, the cycle continues over and over again, right? So that's kind of neat. Now, there's 2 jets in this carburetor. So there's the main jet and you got your pilot jet.
Yeah.
So we're going to remove those 2 and we're going to clean them because they're probably dirty. And then there's also this screw right here. You know what that screw does?
No.
Okay, so that screw is a fuel screw. So it controls air.
Oh,
So the
okay.
more you push it in, the more you stop the air, which causes your carburetor to draw more fuel at a lower speed. It's mostly only controlling low speed, mostly. And it's right there. You see that little tiny, tiny hole right there?
Yeah.
You see? Wonder if I can zoom in on that. You guys see what I'm talking about? But it's really important that when you take this out, you count the turns. And I'm going to show you that in a minute. But we're going to start by removing the 2 main jets. And those jets also will have a number on the top of the jet or on the side, one of the 2. There you go. So those are your 2 jets. Sorry. This one here, you can put a pair of pliers here on the hex and break this free, which we'll probably do, so they can clean both parts separately. This here, this tube, is called an aeration tube. See how it's got a multitude of little holes in it? What it does is as fuel starts to flow through, it helps draw in a little bit of air to kind of atomize the fuel. You know what I mean by atomizing? So atomizing just means that you're taking all the larger fuel droplets and you're breaking them down into really, really small ones. And the smaller the fuel droplet, the better and the faster it's going to burn. So all sorts of little technology in a really, really old machine. I mean, when you think about it, this thing is about, well, 30-something years old, I guess. Wait. Okay. Important. Remember I was saying we have to count the turns?
Yeah.
We have to count the turns all the way in. So you seat it, which means that you're going to slowly turn it in until you can't anymore, which means that you've brought it down to a seating position, and then you count the turns all the way out. Or sorry, you don't count the turns all the way out. You're counting the turns until you seat it. Sorry, I said that wrong. You count the turns on the way down. So I will hold it and I will count with you. So that's half.
1.
That's 1. Keep going. It's under half. Are you done?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's 1.5 out. You got it? Oh, you're not done?
No.
Oh, darn it. Okay. Oh boy. Now we're done. Okay. Now we have no idea where we are.
It's right there.
No, we have no idea. You have to go all the way down. So you know what that means, right?
Yeah, I know. I thought you were counting, but you only said 1.
I'm counting the turns.
Yeah, I know. And I was waiting for you to count another one.
And then you started going the other way, and I didn't count the turns the other way. You did. You guys, did she go the other way? She went the other way.
I did not, bro. I only turned this way. I swear. This is your fault.
We're gonna go back right now to the video. Did she or did she not? You're not done?
No.
Oh, darn it. Okay. Oh boy. Now we're done.
Bro.
Anyways, what happens now is we are going to have to go in the archives of Yamaha and find out what the base starting procedure, like the base setting is. Because I don't know what the base setting is.
This is your fault.
It's not my fault. I
yes,
told
it
you.
is. I only turned this way. I did not turn this way.
Just pull it out. Doesn't matter. What you're going to pull out is you're going to see there's a little, it goes down to a fine point, which is a needle. And there's going to be a spring with an O-ring on the end of it to seal it all up. I'm not mad. You have to be careful when you work with a carburetor.
It was you, okay?
It was not me.
You're supposed to be counting and, like, yeah.
You stopped. And
yeah, because I was waiting for you to count.
I thought you meant you reached the end.
No!
Please, don't yell at me. I'm not the one that turns the screwdriver.
I'm not the one counting, so...
So, everything that I was talking about is inside here. Or at least it should be. And if it's not there, we got a problem.
My ankle just cracked.
And it's not there.
We have a problem.
So we have a problem. That means we have to go buy parts. Because there should be a spring and an O-ring on those. Because that needs to be sealed off. If it's not sealed off, it will run terribly. Because it's allowing too much air to go through. So, someone has gone in here at one point.
I forgot to put the parts back. Guys, if you have parts left, means you did something wrong and you forgot some steps on the way.
At least you know that. At least you know that. Good job.
At least I know how to count.
So now we have homework to do. Not a big deal. Next thing we're going to take off is you're going to push on this little needle. And you're going to take out with anything that's kind of sharp.
So this?
Yeah, that's fine. Watch my fingers. Okay, now you just have to pull. You just have to pull on the pin now.
I just did my nails. I can't pull on that.
I'll take out my pliers. This is going to be the longest part of the video. You realize that, right?
Oh well.
Go ahead, pull on it.
I got it.
Okay.
Ow.
You got to be gentle with these two because you don't want to bend anything. That there is your needle that stops the flow of gas coming through. And inside there, it is called the seat for the needle.
You know, I've
sometimes it comes
before, right?
Yeah, I know you've done these before. But you've only done it once, so I'm just making sure you remember. So at this point, the whole carburetor is pretty well bare. There's nothing left in here that you can really take apart or that you need to take apart. So,
where's that?
Well, there's nothing underneath this plate. This plate, well, you're mentioning it. So while we're talking about it, this plate is basically just so that when your bike or you're going around and your carburetor splashing, you're not splashing where the jet is sitting. Because you want this fuel to kind of stay at a good level.
Yeah.
So that just prevents any sloshing. What we need to do now is we need to clean these jets and then put it back together. But even if we did that, we have to do some homework and we have to figure out what this is all about, because we don't know what the turns are anymore. And even if we had that,
What?
even if we had that, we don't have an oil filter yet or oil in the engine, so we can't even test it.
And we're missing a spring.
And we're missing parts. So guys, I think it's a good time to end the video. We just got a little bit more work to do. Hope you guys stayed watching to the end. If you did, thank you so much. I'm having a good time doing all this work with my daughter over here, even though sometimes it could be a little bit frustrating.
His fault and I didn't do anything, I swear to God.
It's not a big deal, honestly. So this is the second video of, I have no idea how many it's going to be. There's still a little bit on the list to do.
Oh, let me bring it in. It's so pretty. Okay, so we have 2 things done so far. Oh my God.
Well, some of it is going to get done really quickly. So stuff like replacing the gas tank is off.
The brakes.
The brakes are going to get done pretty quickly once we get the spindles.
That's in process.
The only thing that we didn't put on there, and I'm using this as a while we're at it, the whole bike is stripped down, so we're going to check the valve clearances so that is done, and then we're going to go from there. And with that, guys, thank you so much for watching. I recommend you guys go out in your shop, grab yourself a wrench, get your hands dirty, and go rectify something.